Hello again, this is the third of my ARTY chats, and I decided to focus on something very positive this time and move slightly into the arena of my animal rights work that is very close to my heart. After spending many years doing, maybe 4 years, I think I did a really horrible animal rights pictures. I decided to paint more exuberant pictures, celebratory pictures, and so I started work on these large canvases here, which are Moonrise, Starry Night and Wildlife. I see that I finished them in about February. They took many months, 2 months. I was planning them at Christmas. There was such a lot of animals in them. I decided to combine all the animals that are hunted or coursed: hares, badgers, deer, foxes. So even though they look very exuberant and very celebratory, there's still an animal rights undercurrent to them. I didn't want to let that go. These have proved to be my most popular pictures by far. I sell so many prints of these. And after doing these huge pictures, which really took a long time, I decided to downsize. And this is the main focus of this little chat, is these pictures here, which are called Animal Trinity. We have the hare picture here, the badger, and then the fox, which are all inspired by stained glass windows. I have a religious friend who's an artist, he does beautiful art, and has had a stained glass window made of some of his art, and I thought I would love to have that happen one day. So the next best thing is to start cutting down the shapes of the animal into little segments, little pattern segments, to see if I could reduce them into basically like puzzle pieces, like try and find my own particular style, my own voice with this artwork, because they're such familiar animals. I painted them so many times. I was really looking for something new to pique my interest and keep me going through this trinity of animals. And I found that just by doing it innately, not worrying what people would think, not really looking at any other references other than what I enjoy doing, the swirling clouds, the thick black outlines, and the sort of flame-like parts of the animal, the flame-like hair, the fur, the ears, it all started to turn into a sort of code that I really enjoyed painting. So when you stand back, you see the animals clearly. When you look closer, it's actually reduced to very many abstract pieces. So I find it a really thrilling way to paint. I'm pleased to say at last I found my own style in this region, and I've carried it on to a number of paintings after this. The stars in the background as well, that was my own sort of, I love childlike, sort of cog-like mechanical stars. They look very childlike with the thick black lines, but when they're seen en masse, they provide a very exuberant, sort of vibrant scene, which almost looks animated. The clouds look swirling, the sun looks like it's turning round, and I actually then sort of gave them the church window, the arch window here, so it looks like the three of them could stand together, and this is the order they should go. The hare and the fox looking outwards, the badger, the two badgers in the middle looking down on one looking down on the other, as if they're caring for each other, being, well, one of the most hunted species at the moment by our government and farmers. So again, still the animal rights message, but done in a very exuberant way. And so when you see a stained glass window design, you immediately think that is being revered. It's up on high with the sun shining through. Normally you see saints, obviously human saints and religious figures, and you are supposed to look up. You're supposed to look up to them in awe. Well, I wanted that very same approach, which is very unconscious really. People will feel it without actually knowing it, that you're looking at an animal that's being revered. The beauty of the animal is being seen for what it is, something absolutely, well, transcendent really, when you really look closely at how amazing our wildlife is. So these were very positive for me to paint, from the more dense and realistic versions over here to these little versions here, which have proved again very popular, especially with animal rights people, because it actually rebalances the harsh world that they live in, where they see such awful crimes committed against these animals, such, so much killing, so much death. And with these, it actually rebalances it to being look at how beautiful these creatures are. So I'm very pleased to have found my own style. I shall certainly be pursuing this style into the future. So that is the end of my little chat. Thank you very much for listening.